This lesson we're going to be using our one as our entry point. We're going to use our front kicks. You're going to hear some commands like ream and TJ. And we're also going to look at a little bit of defense as well for our single leg. So the first one we're going to do is our one front. One rear leg front kick. Then we're going to do our ream, over ream. So one, rear knee, steps down, hook cross. That's where it would normally end, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to escape and we're going to dart off to my lead side, or my power side this side, and just going to follow it with a step cross. And this is going to reset his stance for the drill. The fourth one we're going to do is the TJ. Third one we're going to do is the TJ. So we're going to go jab, change levels, slap the inside of the leg so that we can put that head down for the uppercut hook, finish it up with that round kick. So that's the TJ. And then the last one we're going to do is the limp leg escape. So this time when Jeff goes in for the single leg, one is the single. From here, I'm going to create space, bring my knee up nice and high. I'm going to relax, I'm going to pivot on my balancing foot, and from here, pull it out. And that's going to be our first defense that we learn for the single leg. So all together, it should look like this. We're going to go one front, boom, one ream, into our step cross. Now we're back home in our home stance. Now for the TJ, boom. And now we're practicing our single leg defense for the limp leg escape. Beautiful. The next part of this lesson, we're going to look at guard retention. Last thing we want to do is get to the ground and have someone on top of us beating the crap out of us. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to put his feet onto my hip bones. From here, he's going to lift his bum off the ground so that he's got weight on me, not the other way around, okay? So from here, first thing that we look at is I'm just going to turn around, walking around. It's going to keep connection to me, so if I try to walk around, he's safe. So just walk to the left, walk to the right, and keeping that connection. The next thing we're going to look at is our hot dog. We're going to do a turn. We're going to turn like a hot dog in a carousel, keeping connection, and slippery pants. Keeping connection with our hot dog, just like so. The next part is our turnover defense. I'm going to pick up both his feet and I'll hold him off to the side. He's going to turn over his hip, regain the guard with the first foot, make connection, and regain his guard. Turn over his hips, regain the guard. Turn over, regain. Where this comes applicable is if I do the single leg takedown from one of our previous lessons, boom, 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 here. This is where this is now applicable. Last thing he wants me to do is come around, or from here, come to the spin, turn, or try and throw his legs off. So this is just building a building block for our next, lesson. Now we're going to drill the entirety of where we're up to with our new combos and our new flows, working into our guard retention as well. Still practicing our takedowns with that. So we're going to start off with our one front, our one ream. Good. We're going to go for our TJ. Good. We're doing our single leg now with our lift leg escape. Now we're going to go for the takedown, taking our partner down by getting our head outside single, run the pipe. We're going to connection here. Now he circles around, I keep connection to my partner, my knuckles at eye line. If my hands are down here and he leans forward, knuckles at eye line here, protect yourself. This is also a distance management tool, so I can bring him in, I can push him away. Next, he's going to do the hot dog, spinning around, and keep connection, other way go, keeping connection, and then the turnover defense, picks both my legs up, puts them off to the side, I turn my hip over, and retain my guard the opposite side, turn my hip over, retain my guard, and we'll stop it there for now. If you end up with your back on the ground, you messed up somewhere along the way, and we need to make sure that we're safe in these situations. So I've just been taken down, got connection here. I'm going to use my distance management to allow him to come to me. My knuckles are at eye line, protecting myself. From here, I'm going to build a ramp with my forearm, guiding him into the clinch, just like a collar tie in a tie clinch. I'm going to base with the skull there, push his face away, collarbone to the elbow. From here, I'm going to then make sure that my knee is pinching up against my elbow here, hand on the back, so that stops his right hand from coming out. Try to pull it out for me. No can do. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my head into his ear here, so if it's not and he punches me with his left hand, ow, ow. So I tuck my chin in here. Now once we're here, we have our heel kicks to his kidneys, which is great. Next thing we're going to do is if he throws that punch again, we're going to meet him with our shin and our forearm. Our monkey grip and our shin to his bicep. And the other side, up to here. Keeping that pressure on the biceps and pinching our elbows in tight to our body, making that painful for him. If he postures up for me, I bring my knees together and slide my hands down to his wrists, and then I can then transition into my open vale tudo guard. So the point of this is if I'm in this guard here and he tries to touch my face, cannot touch my face. If I want to touch his face, I can touch his face. Okay? So that's a whole nother class that we will get into at another time. But yeah.